This is ANN News Brief.
Good afternoon. I am Lucy Adeyemi. The United Nations Migration Agency has said on Tuesday at least 130 African migrants are missing off Djibouti after two overloaded boats capsized in rough seas. A team of gendarmes alerted by local residents found two survivors and the bodies of 5 migrants. The boats were believed to have capsized off Godoria in Djibouti's Obok region. Staff of the International Organization for Migration identified an 18-year-old male survivor believed to be among the passengers on the first boat. There was no information on the second craft. IOM spokesman Joel Meiman says the vessel were heading to Yemen, a gateway to Gulf countries where many migrants hope for jobs and better lives. Zimbabwe's government is holding last-ditch negotiations with public sector unions on Wednesday to try to avert a national strike that could trigger more unrest after this month's violent protests. Main teachers union, the Zimbabwe Teachers Association, says it's expected no progress in talks and was already making plans for a walkout next week. Teachers and other state workers are demanding wage rises and payment in dollars to help them stave off spiraling inflation and an economic crisis that has sapped supplies of cash, fuel and medicines. President spokesman George Charamba said police and soldiers would stay on the streets and that the government would block the internet access again if violence erupted. Civil servants union are meeting with the government today. Stay with us, we'll be back after the short break.
This used to be me. But that was before I got the perfect bag. It's handy and easy to use. All I need in one compact space, just like my MTN Extra Value plan. I used to get one plan for my calls and then try to remember which data plan worked for me. Roaming was a totally different ballgame. Not anymore. I've got the MTN Extra Value all-in-one plan. If you're a data buff like me, you get extra data with some talk time. And if you like to make calls, you get extra talk time with some data. And when I'm abroad, I automatically browse, chat, and call right on the same plan. MTN Extra Value was made just for me.
More of data or calls, whichever one you prefer. MTN Extra Value is made just for you.
Police in Mozambique said on Tuesday they have arrested 3 Ugandan nationals on suspicion of leading attacks in the country's gas-rich region that has been rocked by an Islamic insurgency. The attacks have forced thousands out of their homes. The suspects, 2 men and women, were picked up in a forest area. Police say the arrest had enabled them to shut down several training camps. The arrest came as Mozambique struggles to cope with a wave of jihadist attacks that erupted in the north 2 years ago, killing more than 100 civilians, scores of police, and threatening government plans to exploit newly discovered oil and gas reserves. Police said the 3 suspects confessed to belonging to an al-shabaab cell in Uganda, but said they were only in Mozambique to find their leader, who had been arrested there. Meanwhile, the Mozambican parliament has lifted on Tuesday the immunity of Manu Chang, a former finance minister and serving MP held in South Africa since December under an international arrest warrant issued by the U.S. That's ANN News Brief. Thanks for watching. For details on these and other stories, visit our website, annafrica.net. Also join the conversation on Facebook, facebook.com/ANN Africa TV. Instagram and Twitter at ANN Africa TV. I am Lucy Adeyemi.